In all of Section 5 basketball, the biggest rivalry may come from the southeastern corner of Wayne County. Tonight, Coach Zach Young brings his league-leading Lions 7 miles to the east down Route 31 and past historic Dercola Field to face the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles. It's Friday night high school basketball in Clyde, New York. Lyons Clyde-Savannah next.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you never get something more than a nail-biter like we had in the JV game here in Clyde, New York, as Clyde wins in overtime by a final score, I believe it was 56-54. And we are now, you are looking live at the Clyde-Savannah basketball court. We have a sold-out crowd here on a beautiful Friday night, February the 10th, 2012. Yes, my hometown, the Lions have clinched at least a tie for their division in Wayne County. Clyde-Savannah sitting in fourth place with a league record of 7-4. But having talked to the coaches before the game, the Clyde-Savannah coach, Mr. Jackson, says, we want this game bad. We have got to figure a way how to win these big games, and we'll have to wait and see if the home crowd will give them the impetus to bring home a victory. We look forward to an exciting basketball game tonight as a couple of longtime arch rivals, the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles and the Lions, do battle in a few minutes. Good evening, everybody. My name's Harold Weber, play-by-play guy for FingerLakes1.com. We got our full team assembled as usual. From Waterloo, we moved to Clyde, and next Thursday night we'll be back in Seneca Falls for number 1 versus number 2, Minders versus Wayne. But tonight we're talking Clyde Lions, and a guy to my left, Matt Berkey. Matt, welcome to the broadcast, and you have got a history of coming here and the Lions. It should be an exceptional ball game.
Thanks, Harold. Yeah, we got a great environment here. My dad was athletic director when I was younger, and I grew up coming to these big Lions-Clyde matchups from back when Terry Brown through Dean Shaw and so on and so forth. We should have a great game here tonight. The first game, Clyde actually led most of that game. Lions went on a late big run, 16-2, ended up winning by 12. But it was a game that Clyde-Savannah actually led by 6 with about 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Lions was able to hold Clyde scoreless for about a 5-minute period, and they got the win.
And, of course, Jeremy Hunt's alongside to do stats, as he did a wonderful job. Our executive producer and owner of FingerLakes1.com is working all the dials and switches. That, of course, is Jimmy Sinacropi. So we are in mass here tonight, as we got about 5 minutes to go before we get the opening tip-off. And one thing that's noticeable, Burke, is that I don't think in all the years I broadcasted basketball games, I never recall the same officials work in both games.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's something that the Wayne County League does to save money.
Wow.
You only got, they don't got to pay the travel expenses for the JV refs.
True.
Hey, and the varsity guys are here, so they get paid double. And I guess, I haven't seen that before either, but maybe that's something they've been doing all year.
I have never seen it before, so that's a first for me. But again, it's been 13 years since I did my last play-by-play game. We're looking forward to a heck of a game. The crowd is really pumped up. You had to see the excitement of the JV contest as it was right down to the bitter end. Everybody's showing their passion on their sleeves. And Burke, as you look at these two teams, Lions has got balanced scoring, but they're led by Trey Johnson, an outstanding player. And Clyde-Savannah, you and Jimmy had Cam DeSanto in the studio last night, along with
Patrick Harper.
So talk a little bit about Trey Johnson. Looked like a good player.
Yeah, the first game against Clyde, Trey Johnson had 16 points, 15 rebounds. Obviously had a big game. Lions is led by Johnson, as you said. Derek Fair, in talking to the kids from Clyde last night, they really want to control his penetration into the lane. He said both guards, both him and Wells, get into the lane. They do a great job of penetrating. Lions comes in on a 13-game winning streak. Their only loss was early on to Williamson when they didn't have a full squad. And Clyde's kind of been reeling here at the end of the year. After starting out 10-0, Lions handed them their first loss, and now they've actually lost 4 out of 5. And this is their last game before sectional. So I know Tim Jackson, the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles, they really want to win this game and have some momentum heading into sectionals. We're talking about 2 storied programs here. Lions is number 2 in Section 5 history with 15 sectional titles. Clyde 7th in Section 5 with 8 sectional titles. But both teams are kind of in a little bit of a drought. Lions' last title came in 2006 when Steve Beater was the coach. Clyde hasn't won a sectional title going all the way back to 2000. So these guys are both hungry. Lions is trying to secure a number 1 seed tonight as well. They're in a tough class. Bloomfield's right on their heels. They're 14-1 as well. So Lyons has a lot to play for tonight. Like you said earlier, they're looking to secure that league title outright, and they're playing for that #1 seed, which is always important.
Well, also, I had a chance to talk to both coaches prior to the game, and Zach Young, the coach of the Lyons. Ironically, Zach, the son of a mom and dad that I used to hang out with the dad at LaBelle's way back when for like 20 years. So that brought back a lot of memories. So it was nice to see that Zach is connected to a longtime friend of mine who I hadn't seen in many, many years. I saw him in the corner as we got ready for the broadcast. And, of course, Tim Jackson, a retired state trooper. I was shocked when I talked to Tim about his Golden Eagles. He said they have to overcome their inability to try to win games in the clutch. They can compete, but then with about 6 minutes to go, they seem to get on the defensive, no pun indicated. And he hopes that they can put that formula, reverse it tonight, and play hard down the stretch. But Tim Jackson, amazing, Burke. He looks in great shape. Obviously, he is in great shape. Yeah, I was talking about him being a young guy. He's 50 years old.
He is in great shape. I used to play against him probably 10 to 15 years ago. He was in great shape then, and it doesn't look like he's aged a day since then. My keys to the game tonight, I look for Clyde to be led by DeSanto, Harper, and Bogans as they've been all year. I think they really need to stop that penetration from the Lions guard and pound it inside the Bogans. He has the height advantage inside. He needs to use his size and strength in there. And if they can get him going inside, hopefully it'll open up the outside shots for DeSanto and Harper. Lions, I look for them just to try to push the ball, play tight man-to-man, look to score off some turnovers. They really need to focus on DeSanto and Bogans on the defensive end. Both teams like to get out and run. This should be an exciting up-tempo game in front of a nice crowd.
We also ought to point out that Lions is not just good in the boys section. The girls are tied for their league title as well. So not only is Lions, my hometown, having a great year as boys, but likewise the girls. Speaking of the girls, Burke, we must talk about for a second the Newark girls losing their first game the other night to Geneva.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see that. I haven't seen the Geneva girls play at all, but we were very impressed with Newark when we did that webcast on Friday night. But they held Bryn Lauer to 5 points, and whenever you can do that, you're going to have a chance to beat Newark, and Geneva was able to do so.
All right, we're under a minute to play, under a minute to get going in this action tonight here from Clyde, New York. We look forward to an exciting broadcast. We hope that you're going to be comfortable wherever you may be checking us along the way here on FingerLakes1.com. As we originally said, we're going to have a 2-game package, but we have extended it to 3. Again, we're going to be in Seneca Falls next week, my hometown, along with Burke's and Jeremy's and Jimmy's. We won't have very far to go, up to Arthur L. Baker Gymnasium. Number 1 Miners Academy takes on number 2 Wayne. That should be a thriller from Manila. That'll be in Seneca Falls Miners Academy next Thursday night. Airtime around 7:30. So for what was going to be a 2-game package, Burke, we're happy to cover the Miners game.
Yeah, obviously, people in Seneca Falls were wondering why we didn't have a Miners game scheduled, and our owner and producer Jim Sinacropi took care of that. We got a great game next Thursday. Wayne comes in the number 2 in the Finger Lakes East against undefeated Miners in the league. They haven't lost a league game in 3 years. They haven't lost a home game in 3 years. So really looking forward to doing that game.
All right, we're going to get some. We're going to get some introductions like we're talking about the Spectrum in Philadelphia. I expect to see the lights dim any second.
Harold, one thing that I noticed about these starting lineups, both teams are very young. These teams obviously have had very good years this year, but the future for both Lions and Clyde is bright. Clyde's they're led by 2 sophomores. Lions is led by a couple of juniors. They do have a senior guard, but I think we're getting ready for the
national anthem
here.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Clyde, New York, as we're minutes away from the big one, Clyde and Lions, the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of our national anthem. We're getting ready for high school basketball, arch rival style. I'm Harold Weber along with Matt Berkey, Jeremy Hunt, and our executive producer and owner of FingerLakes1.com, Jimmy Sanacropi. Let's run down the starting lineups tonight for the visiting Lyons. Lions, coached by Zach Young, Trey Johnson, Derek Fira, Devin Veeder, Maurice Wells, and rounding out their starting five will be Tony Franklin. For the homestanding Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles, coached by Tim Jackson, Cam DeSanto. Cam can light it up. Tyler Gary, Matt Sharp, Jermaine Bogan, and rounding out their starting five, Patrick Harper. There you have it, folks. The starting lineups for both teams. Lyons Clyde, long-time tradition, arch rival. I've never seen anything like it. These teams have battled for football, tennis, hockey, golf, you name it, whatever the sport is, Burke. They want to go at each other. Your dad had a long history in Lyons, and having obviously been born in Lyons, I had many trips over there to watch sports, and something about these towns, they like to get at each other.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're right next to each other. Both teams have always excelled in sports, especially in basketball. It's a huge rivalry. They've met in sectionals. They played for league championships. Not that the league's on the line right here, but anytime these two teams get together, it's going to be a great game.
All right, now we're going to get the starting five for the Golden Eagles. Want to remind everybody while they introduce the Clyde-Savannah starting five. Kudos goes out to Madej, Miras, and Ricky, attorneys at law from Seneca Falls. They've been our lead sponsor the last two broadcasts. Upstate New York's legal dream team in the Bank of America building in downtown Seneca Falls. Check out Madej, Miras, and Ricky, attorneys at law. Thank them for being our lead sponsor. To Eddie Boudreau and all of his partners at Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Check them out. They have locations in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Get a free rate coat at www.fingerlakesinsurance.com. And we had a chance to meet our buddy Walt, Hometown Meats and Delis, right here in Clyde, New York, at 53 Columbia Street. Specializing in fresh cut meat and homemade sausage, fresh made subs, one is like a meal. And by Bruno's Brooklyn Pizza, 37 Canal Street in Lyons. Free delivery to Lyons, South Sodus, Rose, Newark, and Clyde. Also, the Seneca Falls Country Club. They're offering a $500 coupon for new members for 2012. And finally, our friends from Steve and our buddy Dan Muller, owners of D&M Convenience Store in Waterloo, New York. Okay, folks, a lot of talking going on. Let's go to Burke and get a couple of comments before we get rolling.
I look for both teams to come out man-to-man. Lions might switch to a zone at times to try to control Jermaine Bogan inside, but both teams will play man. Clyde said last night that they might look to press a little bit, and looking forward to a great game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sit back wherever you're checking us out via the computer tonight. Hopefully you're sitting home or in a living room or wherever you may be checking us out. You may be checking us out on the smartphone. Who knows? Let's get it on. It's arch rival basketball at its finest hour. We've got an overtime game in the JV ball game. Final Clyde-Savannah in overtime, knocking off Lions 56-54. Trey Johnson going to jump it up against the likes of Jermaine Bogan. Here we go, folks. We're underway in Clyde, New York. Back tap, and it's going to be recovered by Trey Johnson. Almost stolen as Lyons takes possession on the opening tap. Almost threw it away. To the baseline, lost by Lyons, taken back by the Golden Eagles.
Lyons comes out in man-to-man.
Matt Sharp leaving for Garrett. Shot way outside, going to be an air ball. Cam DeSanto can't save it. It's going to be Lyons basketball.
I don't think that's a shot they're looking for to start off the game. I don't think Coach Jackson will be too happy with that shot.
Here come Lyons. Could have got a call on Trey Johnson for steps. They let it slide. Bouncing down, driving in all the way. Could be an offensive foul. It is. Offensive foul against the likes of Tony Franklin.
2 possessions for Lyons and 2 turnovers.
Little shaky, which can be expected as Tim Jackson, the Clyde-Savannah coach, walks patiently up and down the sideline. Clyde-Savannah working a basketball. Gary. Now Sharp. Sharp lost it. Lots of turnovers. Gets it back. Clyde-Savannah. Everybody's a little bit nervous here tonight. Clyde-Savannah Lions leave it off underneath. Head fake. Bogan. Foul.
Got a foul on Devin Veeder. They got the ball in the Bogans. He gave a nice head fake, went up strong with it, and drew the foul.
So Devin Veeder picks up his first personal of the night. We're looking to get our first points on the board as going to the free throw line, Jermaine Bogan, who's a sophomore. Nice, tall young man. Let's see what kind of stroke he's got. In the air, in the bucket.
Look good on that foul shot.
1-0. Eagles draw first blood from Clyde, New York, on a picture-perfect night for basketball. A drive over from the Falls, so thank God the winter is still being cooperative. It's supposed to get cold for the weekend, but we're not talking about a lot of snow, which is a good thing for yours truly. I could care less whatever snowed. Here's Lyons driving in this top of the lane. Franklin way outside, throws it up. It hits the rim. Might have hit the wire.
Yep, out of bounds.
And they're going to give it back to Clyde-Savannah.
Both teams staying in the man-to-man defense here early. It seems like Lions' pressure defense has bothered Clyde so far when they've had the ball. Let's see what happens here.
DeSanto inbounding to Sharp. DeSanto bringing it up slow. 6:44 remaining, quarter number 1. Bogan, left-hand dribble. Gary down low, loses the basketball. 2 against 1. All the way down, shot is good. It'll count. He was fouled. Credit the bucket to Derek Farah.
He's their senior leader, got out on the break there, took the contact and was able to finish it off.
Trying to get a three-point effort out of this one here now as the Lions young man hits the line. Devin Veeder, 2-1 Lions, just underway. Shot is good. DeSanto brings it across the midcourt line. Working it to Sharp. Sharp looking for an opportunity. Gary now way out. Some 20-some feet away from the bucket. Lions playing tough D. Bogan standing top of the lane. One bounce, drives in, loses the basketball. Turnover, Lions. Layup.
That's what Lions likes to do. Get a steal, get out and run, transition. Another transition basket for the Lions.
Maurice Wells on the bucket. 5-1. Lions not as nervous as Clyde-Savannah early on. Personal foul against Lions is Derek Farrell.
Clyde-Savannah is going to need to get the ball to the point guard, set up some offense. They're really struggling against this tight man-to-man pressure defense so far.
Sharp. Clyde-Savannah's been anything but sharp early on. Gary left of the lane. Harper cross-courting. Gary from way outside. Air ball. And the Golden Eagles have got butterflies. Coming down, we got a 3-on-1 layup.
Timeout, Clyde.
Tony Franklin and Jackson wants to call a timeout, and I don't blame them. Timeout on the court. 7-1 Lions. Well, Burke, it's a lot of nerves, buddy.
Yeah, Clyde looks a little rustled right now. They can't really get into their offense. Lions man-to-man pressure defense really bothered them. They got the ball inside the Bogans the one time he was able to draw the foul, get to the line. But other than that, they had 2 bad shots. They were both air balls. And other than that, they turned the ball over and Lions got out and run. And it's not like Lions has had to run much offense because it's all been, they got 3 layups and 1, and they're ahead 7-1. So Clyde really needs to settle down. If nothing else, at least get a decent shot off and not turn the ball over because that's just leading right in the Lions' points.
So Coach Jackson, no doubt, talking to his team to calm down. Obviously, you got a sellout crowd here tonight. You want to get off and show your home crowd that you can compete with the Lions, who are tied or have tied for the division win. All they need is one more win to make it official. But they've had an outstanding season. The Golden Eagles would love nothing better than to knock these guys off tonight. And Lions knows that. Gary left it a lane. They play catch. DeSanto. A couple of dribbles. Won't shoot it. Could have got called on steps. Back to DeSanto. Gives off to Bogan.
Nice dish from DeSanto to Bogans, the 2 sophomores. But again, Clyde's not back.
And the Lions on a shot by Maurice Wells had himself a chippy and he let it slide off the rim. Here are the Golden Eagles trying to answer 2 in a row. On a drive through the middle, bounces it Left side shot is in the air, doesn't go. Rebound up the invisible ladder comes the Lyons. That's Wells with the basketball. Wells plays catch with Franklin. Inside, lost the ball. DeSanto gets it back.
I think Harper might have got away with a foul right there.
Here comes Sharp. Looking at Gary. Gary down low. Bogan inside to DeSanto. Threw it away. Could have got called for steps. No call. Gary with the basketball. Way outside the basket. Flips it over now to the likes of the Golden Eagles. Patrick Harper. Here's DeSanto. Won't shoot it. Here's a little stutter step. Throw it up and hit it.
That was a nice take.
Shot. So, coming the other way. 7-5. Missed the chippy inside. Throws it up. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Clyde-Savannah. Down the Bogan. Layup. Foul.
Clyde coming to life here. Bogan's had a block on Johnson. Johnson was working hard down there, but he couldn't get it to go. Maybe got fouled. Clyde came up with the ball, got a leak out, and they're going to the line possibly to tie this game up.
Veter on the personal foul. At the line, Jomaine Bogan, a sophomore, good-looking player. Clyde-Savannah trailing 7-1, now only down by a deuce, 7-5.
That's 2 fouls on junior guard Devin Veter.
Shot is swish. We got a good one.
Looks like Coach Young's going to let Veter stay in there with two fouls early in the first quarter.
Clyde-Savannah will bring out Matt Sharp. And they're going to substitute. Tom Molisani is in the game. Departing is Sharp, in is Molisani. Bogan trying to tie, and he does. 7-7. Clyde traveled 7-1. Now they got it 7-all. Down the middle, could have got caught for steps. No, but a shot is no. Shot attempted by the likes of Franklin.
Thought Farrah might have got away with a little travel there. He made a nice no-look pass.
So the Lyons with Franklin. We're in a tie at 7. I hope you're enjoying the telecast, the webcast here on FingerLakes1.com. We're so happy to be able to bring these games to you. Shot is in the air and doesn't go. Thanks to our great sponsors, which we'll be plugging all night long. Without their help and support, we would not be able to bring these broadcasts. Lyons brings in DJ Long. And departing is the likes of, I believe, Devin Veter is out of the game. 8-7 Lions. 3 minutes and a half remaining. First quarter. Working the basketball is Molisani. Got a steal. Lyons takes it over. So Clyde has been their worst enemy thus far, Bert.
Yeah, when they've been able to set up their offense and they run offense and don't turn it over, they've been able to convert some points. But when they turn over the Lions are able to quickly convert at the other end.
Farrah with the basketball, stolen by Clyde.
Trying to force it into Johnson's, but Bogan came around and beat him to the spot.
Here's the jumper, goes in and goes out. Shot by Harper. Here comes the Lions. Layup. Missed the shot. Rebounded to DeSanto.
Alley-oop to Johnson, but he wasn't able to come down with it and convert it.
Clyde can be thankful that Lyons has missed about 3 chippies.
Yep.
Or this baby could be a 7-8 point differential. Right now, it's only a singular point. Bogan at the top of the lane flashes off, looks for a pass out. He's got the Golden Eagles, Gary. Left-hand dribble, Gary. Molisani down low. Head fake. Shot is up and doesn't go. Rebounded up, Bogan.
Bogan working hard inside. I think that's where Clyde wants to go all night long if they can.
And the Golden Eagles lead 9-8. Driving in left side. Won't go for it. Driving. Lions trailing now by a point. Flash to Trey Johnson. Head fake to the baseline. Turning. Blocked by Bogan. Bogan is doing it all, folks.
Clyde has switched, packing in that 2-1-2 zone, trying to contain Lions.
Pass down to Harper. Shot inside. Good by Tyler Gary.
Nice little play there. Harper to Gary. 2 quick points.
Bogan's done everything but mop the floor, and he might be doing that at halftime. 1.5 minutes remaining. 3-point Eagle lead as they started off slow and sluggish, but now they got the baby in the third gear. We got an out of bounds. It's going back to the Golden Eagles.
You know, Harold, early on it was Clyde that was rattled. These last couple possessions, it looks like Lions getting a little bit of their nerves going.
Lyons is substituting a gentleman who we do not have his number on our log, number 14. May have to have Jeremy go check that out. We have a 14 coming in the game for Lyons, and I don't have him on our roster. So we'll have that. Maybe Jeremy can run over and check out who 14 is, because I see he's about ready to come in the game.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure on that.
We have the magical player. A minute 31 remaining here in the first quarter. We got 11-8 ball game. The Golden Eagles were sluggish, were really sluggish early on. Showed a lot of nerves, but now they've gotten themselves calmed down, thanks to the likes of Jermaine Bogan, who's done it all so far for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Jermaine's playing well early. Clyde's really settled down. They switched out of that man-to-man. I think Lyons has a little bit too much team quickness for them. They're packing in that zone a little bit. I think they're going to make Lyons hit from the outside and beat them that way.
All right, right in front of us is going to be the likes of Tyler Gary inbounding the basketball. Molisani controlling the dribble. We're coming up on the 1 minute mark, quarter number 1. Bogan again with a jumper. Yes, Bogan.
He's wide open. Trey Johnson's going to have to get up and guard him if he's going to hit that 12-footer.
Bogan is the man. A minute 8 remaining. Clyde-Savannah 5-point lead.
Oh.
Travel, no call. Wow. They got away with one there, Burke.
Yes, he did. That was no doubt a travel.
Coming down is Molisani. A name that is synonymous with Clyde-Savannah, that Molisani family. Stolen by Lyons, got it back. Clyde, Lyons gets it. Stolen back by the Golden Eagles. Molisani leaves it. Shot in the air, doesn't go. Shot up, doesn't go. We have a foul.
Clyde missed a couple chippies there, then they have fouling on the rebound.
39 seconds remaining. Coming out, the likes of Gary.
Number 2, Joe Fennell's checked into the game for Clyde. They just brought him up from the JV team.
Coming out also for the Golden Eagles is Patrick Harper. And I believe the Golden Eagles have substituted. We're going to check that. Dalton Murray looks like. Shot is in the air.
Nice shot by Farah. Great shot off the board. Took the contact.
Okay, we're going to have to. We got 19 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. Fennell lost control, bounced it, lost it, and here comes the Lyons. Down to Lyons, layup.
Another steal, turnover. Lyons converts at the other end.
And we have a whistle.
I think Coach Jackson was trying to give his guys a little bit of a rest there, and he put in some subs, and it kind of fell apart here for Clyde. Lyons scored 4 quick points, and Lyons got the ball back with 4 seconds to go here.
We're going to have Jeremy find out some of these magical people. We have a 14 from Lyons coming in the game, which nobody had a record of either, so they're throwing some surprises on us tonight. Shot at the buzzer, doesn't go. So, ladies and gentlemen, quarter number 1, Golden Eagles trailing Lyons by a score of 14-13. Let's take a break and hear from our great podcast.
Tonight's live webcast of Section 5 basketball is brought to you by Midday, Miras, and Ricky, attorneys at law. If you have suffered a serious injury and deserve compensation, call 315-568-5861 for a free phone consultation, no charge, no obligation. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Insurance you need from people you know. Get a free rate quote at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Hometown Meats and Deli, 53 Columbia Street in Clyde, specializing in fresh cut meats and homemade sausage. Fresh made subs, one is like a meal. Seneca Falls Country Club, look for SFCC's $500 membership coupons coming soon. Bruno's Brooklyn Pizzeria, 37 Canal Street in Lyons. Free delivery to Lyons, South Sodus, Rose, Newark, and Clyde. Bruno'sBrooklynPizzeria.com. D&M Grocery on Swift Street in Waterloo. Your hometown convenience store with the lowest prices around.
Clyde starts with the ball in the second half. Ball's on the out top.
And we're underway. Back to the quarter. 14-13. Clyde-Savannah trying to get the lead. They do.
That's what Harper does. He's their shooter. He missed his first 2. Came out and banged that 3. First 3-pointer of the game.
So the Golden Eagles leading by a deuce. Underway, second quarter action from a steamy Clyde, New York.
Looks like Clyde's playing a little bit of a 1-2-2.
As Farrell works the basketball, Trey Johnson, Trey turning, Trey losing the basketball. Fennell 1 against 1. Fennell to the hoop, throws up a prayer, and he throws it out of bounds.
He got a little bit out of control there, got his feet tangled up a little bit, and kind of didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
Looked like Madonna in that song. I think she sings a song that has something to do with a prayer. That baby was thrown up at me like an H. Weber shot. As we're back to action. Everybody's pumped up here tonight in Clyde. It's always a great place for sports. So is Lyons, and most Section 5 schools really give it out, man. On a Friday night in February, the roads are clear. It's just a wonderful night to have some high school competitive basketball. Looking at the baseline, Lyons trailing by a deuce, taking their time, working the basketball is Farrah. Farrah goes underneath, could have got called for steps, layup.
Great pass from Farrah underneath. He really penetrated into that zone. I know that's what the Clyde coaches were really concerned about, was his penetration into the middle of that zone.
DJ Long on the bucket. Malasani looking down at Gary, back to Malasani.
I think Clyde needs to get it back into Bogans. He's got the mismatch in there.
Here comes Cam. Cam throws it up and in. Cam DeSanto, good player.
Cam, one of the leading scorers, finally gets off the snag, gets his first 2 points of the game.
Trey Johnson answers him. Trey Johnson. We got a beauty now, 18-all. 6 minutes coming down. Bogan throws it up and doesn't go. And we've got a jump ball. Possession, Lyons.
Lyons has DJ Long guarding Bogans, and I'm not sure if he's big enough to guard Bogans in that post. I think they're trying to give Trey a little break off of Bogans inside, and I'm sure Clyde will be looking to go into him early and often.
Veter out for Lyons. In comes Franklin. We're at a tie, 18-all second quarter, as you follow the action on FingerLakes1.com. I'm Harold Weber with Matt Berkey, Jeremy Hunt, and our executive producer and owner, Jimmy Senacropi. Glad to be with you on a Friday night. Blocked by Clyde. Blocked. Trey Johnson doesn't have that happen very often.
No, he's had a couple blocked tonight, which is surprising.
Farrah playing catch, looking underneath for Maurice Wells. Wells was open, he didn't see him. Left side, Johnson. Long bomb from way outside. Deep three.
Oh, Clyde couldn't corral the rebound.
Molisani could have had it. Let it go through his fingertips. Driving, stopping, popping, blocked by Clyde. DeSanto rebound. We got a humdinger. Gary to the baseline, right side, cross-court pass, dangerous pass. Here's the shot. Air ball off the back, lay it up and in.
Sometimes when you brick it so bad, it's hard for the defense to get the rebound, and Clyde was right there catching it off the board.
So Bogan on the bucket. Coach Jackson wanted a turnover, didn't get it. Farrah inside, Farrah doesn't go. Harper rebound.
Farrah maybe with a little bit of a force there. I think they can get a better one.
Molisani, cross-court, Bogan, who's done it all tonight, baby, for the Golden Eagles. Bogan, left-hand dribble. To Harper, no foul, little acting. No call. Molisani driving, gets it thrown away, knocked out of bounds. Still Golden Eagle basketball.
Physical game down there. Thought maybe that was a charge. He kind of got his elbow out there a little bit, but no call, and they play on.
Well, leaving is Johnson, but that magical 14 for Lyons is coming in. Did we ever get a name for that 14 for Lyons? Okay.
Jacob Kehoe.
Oh, Jacob Kehoe. Okay.
Thank you. All
right, Jacob Kehoe's in. All right, we're back in action. We're still got a 2018 game. 4.5 remaining. Farrah down the lane. Leaves it. Shot in the air. Yes.
Maurice Wells.
Maurice Wells. Oh, how beautiful. He hit the bottom of the well. Harper could have got steps. Didn't get the call. Harper throws it up. No. Too strong.
Not a real good shot there either.
Leaves it for Wells. Wells coming down, looking for 2 in a row. Won't take it. Farrah inside. Farrah lost it. Coming the other way. Out ahead of everybody is Molisani. Head fake layup. Lost and missed the shot. It'll be Lyons ball.
Great head fake by Molisani. He
nice
just couldn't
play.
finish it.
As the Golden Eagles.
Devin Veter coming back in for Farrah. Let's see if Clyde will apply some pressure here with Farrah going out of the game.
And Clyde-Savannah's got a magical 45 in the ball game. I'll tell you something. We thought we triple-checked our names and our numbers tonight, but we got all kinds of new bodies coming in. I think they're changing their jerseys in the locker room to confuse us.
They might have got some JV players up, some new guys, but
All right.
We'll be all right.
We'll get it figured out at halftime. Here's Wells from way outside. Doesn't go. Rebounded by. We're going to call him Mr. Unknown. Oh, bad pass. Bad pass. Jacob Kehoe on the interception. Lions working the ball. Peter, we got a foul.
We got a hand check up top.
Leaving is Molisani.
Trey Johnson checks back in for Lions.
Personal foul against Clyde-Savannah. It's Patrick Harper. Trey Johnson, one of the fine players for the Lions. Lions inbounds the basketball. Beater with it. Beater drives down. Franklin driving in. Shot doesn't go. Rebounded. Golden Eagles.
Nice take. Wasn't able to finish.
Gary stopping and popping. Swish.
Nice pull up there. That's a tough shot. One dribble, pull up, bang.
3 minutes to go. Pretty good moving first half here. In the JV game, it was a thriller, baby. Clyde-Savannah wins in overtime, 56-54. Under 3 to the halftime break. Wells. Maurice swings around layup. What a move by Wells.
Nice move. Looks like they wanted to isolate him on the sophomore, and he went to school on him.
What a play by Wells. Shot in the air. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Lyons. Franklin with the rebound. Down the Wells. Wells head faking. Cross court. Franklin to the baseline. Franklin. Shot from way outside. Doesn't go. Rebounded Johnson.
There's Johnson. Nice offensive rebound and putback. That's what he does best.
Lions takes the lead by 3. 2 minutes to go. First half from Clyde, New York. Fennell bouncing, loses it, and a foul against Fennell.
He's been struggling a little bit.
Yep.
Really needs to take care of that ball and protect it. He's got a couple of turnovers.
Want to thank, by the way, Burke, want to thank Athletic Director Nick Dracola Jr. for giving us great facilities here in Clyde.
Yeah, we got a nice setup here right on the court. We were able to get everything hooked up. A few problems early on with the cameras and everything, but Jim was able to get everything working.
That's why we pay him $21 an hour for his effort and his talent. 2 minutes to go till half. 25-22. We got Lions leading by 3. Wells playing a good first half. Looked at the shot, didn't take it. Leads it underneath to Johnson. Back to Maurice Wells. Doesn't go. Guess who's got the rebound, though? Trey Johnson. Trey dribbles. Almost threw it out. He did throw it out.
A little miscommunication there between Beater and Trey Johnson. Lions have been doing a nice job of penetrating in the lane. They kick it back out. They've been using the head fakes well.
Molisani comes up for Clyde. Minute and a half remaining, second quarter till halftime. Bounce it, open shot. DeSanto turns it away. DeSanto had himself an open shot. We got a foul in the backcourt. Could be Harper.
Yeah, DeSanto gave up an open look there, forced it in down low to Bogans, and he really wasn't on balance, and he couldn't convert the 3-foot shot.
Patrick Harper picks up his second foul. DeSanto coming out of the game. One and one. Beater will go to the line. Coming down, 25-22, minute 20 remaining. Till halftime. Oh, Merry Christmas. Bogan drives to the top of the circle. Inside 6-footer. Yes.
Nice drive. Got the roll. Clyde's going to call timeout here.
As we got a break in the action with a minute 9, I want to remind everybody this broadcast here on FingerLakes1.com, high school basketball at its finest hour, is brought to you by our friends Midday, Miras, and Ricky, attorneys at law. Located on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. By Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. By Walt, who we had a chance to meet earlier tonight, Hometown Meats and Deli, 53 Columbia Street in Clyde, New York. And I told Walt I would be coming over some night for a little sub. Take Mary over for a sub. It'll be fun to see Walt and enjoy some of those subs. They look like they're dynamite from what I'm told. Bruno's Brooklyn Pizza, 37 Canal Street in Lyons, Seneca Falls Country Club. Get ready for a $500 bonus coupon if you were not a member in 2011. $500 off your membership. Obviously, if you're a high school student, it's $500. You don't get it off that. But for regular memberships, a single and family, $500 if you were not a member in 2011. And by our friends Steve and Dan Muller, owners of D&M Convenience Store, the busiest convenience store in America, located on Swift Street in good old Waterloo, New York. We got 66 seconds. Now 65. Game 25-24. It's a good one. Oh, baby. We almost had the alley-oop that Johnson didn't quite hook up.
Yeah, Lyons came out of the timeout, ran a set play. He was open. I think he wanted to try to dunk it instead of just laying in. He overshot the ball.
Matt Sharp puts it up and in. 26-25, Golden Eagles. Got to get back. Personal foul.
Yeah, it's been a couple times there now, probably 4, 5, 6 times that Clyde hasn't gotten back on defense. Lyons pushes ahead and they get a break. They either convert a layup or they've been getting to the foul line.
Bastido on the foul. 41 seconds, and you're right, they've got to get back on D.
Seems like they're trying to pick up the ball a little bit early. They just need to run the back and protect the basket.
26-25, shot in the air, and it doesn't go. Shot by Franklin. Nice crowd. Great to come to a ball game and see this place packed. That brings back a lot of memories for me back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Here's Franklin throwing it up and not going to go. Rebound Johnson, taken by Bastido. 37 seconds, 2-on-1 break. Bogan lays it up, yes!
Nice take to the basket by Bogan. I thought maybe he drew the foul on that even.
Clyde-Savannah, 3-point lead. They trailed early, 7-1. They've gotten their second win back.
Shot clock's off. It looks like Lyons should hold for the last shot here. Probably have Farrah penetrate with about 6-7 seconds to go. Try to get a shot up. And let the athletic Lions attack the backboard and get a rebound if he happens to miss.
10 seconds.
They need to go.
Farrah way outside, 24 feet away. Farrah head fake. Farrah looking around. Farrah goes inside. Layup. No. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we played a half of basketball at a packed house here in Clyde, New York. The Golden Eagles of Clyde-Savannah go to the locker room leading by 3, 28-25. As I mentioned, without the great support of our sponsors, these broadcasts would not be possible. Let's take a timeout now and hear from our great sponsors on FingerLakes1.com Sports.
Tonight's live webcast of Section 5 basketball is brought to you by Midday, Miras, and Ricky, attorneys at law. If you have suffered a serious injury and deserve compensation, call 315-568-5861 for a free phone consultation, no charge, no obligation. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Insurance you need from people you know. Get a free rate quote at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Hometown Meats and Deli, 53 Columbia Street in Clyde, specializing in fresh cut meats and homemade sausage. Fresh made subs, one is like a meal. Seneca Falls Country Club, look for SFCC's $500 membership coupons coming soon. Bruno's Brooklyn Pizzeria, 37 Canal Street in Lyons. Free delivery to Lyons, South Sodus, Rose, Newark, and Clyde. Bruno'sBrooklynPizzeria.com. D&M Grocery on Swift Street in Waterloo. Your hometown convenience store with the lowest prices around.
We got a player and coach after the game. Can we use this mic? Red light's on, huh? Yeah, it is. Oh, it is. All right. Hey, whoever's going to want the free throw, I'm going to keep like, you know what I mean? just two people that both look good. How about you? Nobody said nothing. Oh man, nobody said nothing. Was Kathleen watching?
I agree, it's unfortunate, man. I agree, it's unfortunate. I like it.
Are you using all that stuff you made?
Hi, my name is Jackie, and I think fingerlicks1.com is a great website. You can find all the videos, and you can find the podcast. So have a great time.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's no place you can get it. At fingerlicks1.com. Come on over to fingerlicks1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to fingerlicks1. www.fingerlicks1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to fingerlicks1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
All right, did you get that? Fingerlegs1.com. Hey, everybody, we're back here in Clyde, New York. Harold Weber, along with Matt Verkey, Jeremy Hunt, and our executive producer, owner of Fingerlegs1.com, who should be proud of this network. It's expanding year after year. Jimmy Senacropi. Well, let's run down the scoring, and then we'll go to Verk and some comments before we get ready to roll here in the second quarter on a gorgeous night for basketball. The Golden Eagles started off a little sluggish, but they got their act together. Let's take a look at Lyons scoring. Trey Johnson with 6, Derek Farah with 7, Maurice Wells looking good, 9, Tony Franklin 3, DJ Long with a deuce. Clyde-Savannah, Cam DeSanto, they're leading by 3, and their high score is only got a deuce. That's a good sign for Clyde. Tyler Gary with 6, Matt Sharp with 2, the incomparable, the phenomenal Jomaine Bogan with 15 markers out of 28, and Patrick Harper 3. So, Burke, you being a basketball star, I know you're humble about things, but when you look at a Cam DeSanto with a deuce and you're leading by 3, things got to be looking pretty good for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Jackson was happy to take a 3-point halftime lead into halftime. And his leading scorer, Cam DeSanto, hasn't really done a whole lot. He hasn't taken a lot of attempts. I really look for him maybe to run some plays for him early this half, try to get him going. But Jomaine Bogan's been dominating inside, so they haven't really needed him to do too much. Patrick Harper, their 3-point weapons, hit 1 3. He's come up short on a couple other ones, so I look for him to get going also. But the story of the game for me is Jomaine Bogan's been dominating inside. And Trey Johnson from Lyons really hasn't gotten on track yet. He's got a couple offensive putbacks, but he had a jump shot, but I really look for Lyons to come out, try to get him going a little bit. Farrah's been very good attacking the lane, dishing off to his teammates. He probably has 4, 5, 6 assists already. So I look for Farrah to continue to attack that Lyons zone or the Clyde zone, and when Lyons plays man-to-man, I look for him to look to penetrate as well also. It's really fun, Harold, watching this game because we've had both these coaches, kids from both teams on our Upstate Hoops podcast, so we kind of know these kids a little bit, and it's nice to finally get out here and see them play.
I guess the moral of the story, if DeSanto's not going to have a deuce, maybe he shouldn't be making an appearance on yours and Jimmy's show.
Yeah, he was in the studio last night, and so was Harper. Neither one of them are off to too hot of a start now, so I hope we didn't jinx them by having them on last night.
We better check and see what Jimmy's got in that concession stand at his office. Maybe it's Diet Coke or something. All right, we're ready to rock and roll, but don't you worry. Clyde-Savannah up by 3, and the likes of DeSanto's only gotten a deuce so far, but that's a good sign. Again, we're going to check with Matt's father, but I've never seen this before in my lifetime as a play-by-play basketball guy. I've never seen officials work both games, so it's kind of unique to see it. They're doing a good job.
They are.
They're not the story of the game, and that's what officials are supposed to be, not to be the story.
That's right. Harold, I'd really be interested here to see if Lyons might switch up to a zone, try to pack it in on Jomaine Bogan a little bit and try to control him, or if they're going to stick with their pressure man-to-man. It's not like their defense has been bad. They've only given up 28 points. Their offense hasn't really gotten going yet. They scored most of their points at the foul line and out in transition. They haven't really been able to knock down a lot of outside jumpers or effectively run their offense. So we'll see if Lyons sticks to man-to-man the whole game or if they will switch up to a zone here.
Finger Lakes Times has got a nice crowd here tonight. My buddy Josh DeSaint is in the house along with Spencer Tullis, I believe. They're over there on the side of the court. Good to have them here from the Finger Lakes Times. Our buddies Mike Cotillo and Alan Brigno. We're underway, folks. Third quarter. The Golden Eagles lead it by 3. Clyde-Savannah won a thrilling JV game in overtime by a deuce, 56-54.
Lyons comes out in their man-to-man. They're going to stick with that. There they go in the Bogans.
Bogan with another one. Make it 17 for Bogan.
That was some nice penetration. They drew the defender, dumped it to Bogans. 2 easy ones for him.
Jomaine Bogan. 17 markers thus far. We're just underway, third quarter.
Looks like Clyde sticking in that 1-2-2 that seemed to be effective for them towards the end of the first half, so why not stay with it?
Farrah bouncing the basketball. Here's Wells, who's looked good to me. Wells trying to find an opening, almost threw it away. Farrah gives it now. Shot in the air by Johnson. Air ball. Oh, a chippy. Chippy by Lyons. Derek Farrah.
Yeah, lucky break for Lyons. Cam DeSanto had the rebound and just knocked it right to Derek Farrah.
Just like golf. You could have a 4. Don't tell me how you got it. You could hit a tree and a bounce in the hole. Harper left side as we're underway. Clyde-Savannah by 3 over the Lyons. We'll follow the action on fingerlakes1.com. Late arriving crowd back to their seats. Here's Bogan. Bogan! And a foul. Man, he looks good.
Yeah, gave Trey Johnson a little head fake, went right by him, and Trey fouled him. I know Trey didn't like that call, but it definitely looked like a foul from our vantage point.
So Bogan, who's had 17 points tonight, really been the inspiration thus far on the offensive side of it for the Golden Eagles. And Bogan's shot is good.
I think Lyons needs to get a 2-guard front and really swing the ball against his zone. They're doing a lot of dribbling. They need to move the ball. Clyde's in a 1-2-2. You want to attack that with a 2-guard front, and they need to penetrate the gaps. They did a good job in the first half. Find the guy in the block or kick it back out for the 3.
Can you say 19 points for Bogan? A little over 2 quarters of basketball.
He's having a monster game.
Wells, Farah.
Clyde now switched back into a man-to-man defense.
Beater, looking down low to Johnson. Johnson turning. Johnson, and we have a blocking foul. Could have got, let's see what they got. 11?
I think that was on Tyler Gary.
Yeah, it is. Tyler Gary on the foul. Tyler's first foul of the night. Trey Johnson inbounding. Farah. Beater. Wells. Wells to the well. Doesn't go. Rebounded.
Nice take, just wasn't able to finish at the rim.
Harper left side. Open shot. DeSanto. Doesn't go.
Left it short.
Rebounded. Clyde-Savannah. Shot blocked by Johnson. And a foul in the backcourt. Could have got DeSanto. Substitution coming in for Clyde-Savannah. Bastido coming in the ball game.
DJ Long into the game for Lyons, and Trey Johnson's going to take a seat for a little bit.
Right. 5:50, quarter number 3. Got a good one. Clyde-Savannah up by 5. Beater taking it to the baseline, behind the back, gives it underneath, lays it up. Yes.
Nice move by Beater, drew the defender, dished it for 2.
DJ Long. Coming the other way, blocked by Long, coming the other way. And they're going to get a foul. Looks like Bogan on the foul. Let's see who they call. All of a sudden, a couple of turnovers.
I think that was on Matt Sharp.
It was. Sharp on the foul. Lead is 3. Clyde fans yelling encouragement into their Golden Eagles. At the line, Farah in the air, doesn't go. Molisani coming in, taking a breather for Golden Eagles is Gary.
I don't think Coach Jackson was happy with the last shot that Gary took down at the other end. Kind of rushed it and didn't really get a good look at the basket.
Farah shot, swish. Can't get much closer than this, ladies and gentlemen.
Here comes a little pressure from Lyons. Looks like a 1-2-2, 3-quarter court trap.
Harper.
They beat it with a long pass. There's
Bogan. And he got fouled. Don't know who they got. They could have got Long on the foul. Let's see. Nope, they got Tony Franklin on the foul.
That's 2 fouls on Tony Franklin. Bogan goes back to the line.
Bogan's having a game, folks.
He's got a nice stroke for a big guy at that foul line.
Reminds me of Kenny's 2 pennies, Kenny Haas. We like to throw plugs to our associates on Finger Lakes. One doesn't go, second one. Rebounded Lyons. Here he comes, all the way down, doesn't go. Rebounded Clyde-Savannah. Taken back by DJ Long. Doesn't go, rebounded by Clyde. Personal foul, Long.
I think they might have got Farah on that one. Yeah, that was on Derek Farah.
Derek Farah on the foul. Clyde-Savannah gets possession.
It's a little bit out of control on that drive. He can make those shots. He just wasn't able to put that one down. Lions staying with the 1-2-2, 3-quarter court pressure here. Clyde broke it easily last time. Almost a steal in the backcourt.
Molisani right of the lane. Left-hand dribble. 4-4-4 remaining third quarter. High dribble, got to be careful. Could get the palm if they're careful here. Here's Molisani driving. Molisani, Bogan. DeSanto could get the charge. No call. DeSanto got away with one there. Coming the other way is Farah. Leaves it, doesn't go. Rebounded Golden Eagles. Sharp. Harper.
That's his game. He's a 3-point shooter. That's what he told us last night. Big shot there.
36-30. In the lane, doesn't go. Rebound to Sano, foul. Foul against Lyons is Maurice Wells.
Lions have missed a couple close ones. It looks like they might be a little bit frustrated. They come back and foul.
Clyde-Savannah's not had a stellar year, but boy, their year would be made if they can knock off their arch rival Lions, as Lions will be coasting to a divisional title in Wayne County. The Golden Eagles, with all due respect to Marion and the likes of Williamson, all the years I used to broadcast in the 70s, 80s, 90s, they never lost to teams, and nothing against Marion and Williamson, but that's the way it was. They lost to them both this year.
Yeah.
And
Clyde got in a little bit of a rut there. They had some guys in and out of the lineup.
Right.
A couple injuries, and they went through a hard time, but it looks like they're turning around here tonight. Their last game before sectionals, we mentioned earlier, they're really looking to build upon this game heading into sectionals. This would give them a lot of confidence heading into that Class C2 sectional championship. I noticed that Patrick Harper kind of limped off the floor there. He might have turned his ankle a little bit. Let's see if he's able to come back in.
As we are getting ready to get back in action, 4:08 remaining. You're listening to action and watching the action on BigLakes1.com.
Lions is going to continue to apply some full court pressure here. I think Coach Young wants to speed up the game a little bit, use their athleticism, get Clyde going fast, get the game up and down.
If you missed the start of the game, the Golden Eagles were ice cold like the Arctic. They were trailing 7-1, under 4 to play third quarter. Now they're leading by 6 before a capacity crowd here at Golden Eagle Land in Clyde, New York. Molisani dribbling right hand, gives it off to DeSanto. Looking way outside for the Golden Eagles was Sharp. Sharp leaves it, Bogan.
Nice cut there, found Bogans again. I don't know how Lions can leave him open.
Bogan with 20.
22 now.
22
Harold.
make it. I beat my man Jeremy there. 22 markers. As Farah, 3 minutes and 20 seconds ago, the Golden Eagles have opened up an 8-point lead. Farah driving. Farah throws up a prayer. Doesn't go longer. You're going to foul underneath.
Yeah, biggest lead of the game for either team here. Clyde's up 38-30. Farah kind of forcing a little bit, trying to be the senior 4-year starter, trying to take this game over. He just needs to let it come to him, take the shots when they're there.
I believe they got Bastido on that foul as Lions making a couple of substitutions. Jacob Kehoe is in the game for Clyde. Better get it in a hurry. They finally get it in. Here's Trey Johnson. Trey to the top of the circle. Maurice Wells. Air ball. Layup. The gentleman at the right spot.
Lions has had a couple of those quarters where they kind of threw up a brick and an air ball, and it bounced right to them. They were able to convert the easy layup just due to how bad they shot the original shot, really.
DJ Long on the bucket for the Lions. 2:40 remaining. 38-32. Bad pass. Got lucky. Got rid of it. Shot doesn't go. Rebounded by, it'll be Clyde. Lions basketball, they're saying. Off the fingertips of Clyde-Savannah's Mike Bastido. 2:30 remaining.
Lions.
Wells going inside, knocked away, stolen by Clyde-Savannah. Molisani turns it on, gets to the top of the lane, shot good.
Nice little pull-up there from Molisani. Lions did put Trey Johnson back in the game. He was kind of out there when Clyde went on a little bit of a run.
Lordy, Clyde's got the 40, baby. 2:16 remaining third quarter, and a wild one. The Golden Eagles up by 8 from Clyde, New York. Arch rival basketball. Here's a drive by Johnson. Farah from the bomb outside. Doesn't go. Rebound underneath. Nova to foul.
Lions is really doing a nice job on the offensive boards for being the smaller team. They're using their quickness and their athleticism, getting in there and being able to really stay in this game by their offensive rebounding.
Molisani on the personal foul. Jacob Kehoe. Shot doesn't go. He'll have another one. Coming back in, the bespeckled Golden Eagle.
Just looking over at these stats here, one thing that sticks out here, Lions is 3 for 9 from the foul line. They're gonna have a tough time getting back in this game if they continue to miss foul shots.
Gary in for Sharp, missed both free throws. Bogan with the rebound. The gentleman has had an all-around effort tonight. Jomaine Bogan. Shot coming across the lane. He missed it.
Thought maybe
140.
he got bumped on that one.
Here comes Farrell all the way down. Blocked by Bogan. Oh, my God. Get him a bucket. Let him wash the windows here at Clyde. He's done it all. Molisani.
Farrell did a nice job of avoiding the charge down there, and then Bogan came over from the weak side and erased it.
Bogan's had an A-plus effort tonight, baby. Young man has played his heart out. Clyde-Savannah's up by 8. Gary, top of the circle, some 20 feet away. Molisani, he dribbles the ball very high. Wonder why. 5 seconds, throws up a prayer and got a charge. Molisani looks like he dribbles the ball very high, seems to lose control of it a few times.
He has a high dribble. It does look like he's about to lose control. I thought maybe he got called for the charge there, but he's going to the line. I guess they got a block on Farah. And, Molisani, he's made a couple real nice plays there. He looks a little bit out of control, then he gets it together. He's hit a couple jumpers, made a couple real nice passes down low.
So they got the shot at the line, and it's not going to go. Molisani will have another one. Devin Veter comes in the game for Lyons. Molisani. Tom Molisani's shot is up and good. Largest lead of the night, 9-point margin. Leaving Molisani. Back in is Matt Sharp.
Lions with only 7 points this quarter. Clyde defense has really stifled them.
And a very hot gymnasium in Clyde. Oh, almost a travel. Downloaded Johnson and a foul. They're going to get Bogan on the foul. Bogan looks to the crowd for help.
I think they got 22 on the reach-in, Harold.
Oh, they did? Okay. They did.
Yeah, Matt Sharp, which I think Bogan might have blocked that shot anyway. I don't think Sharp really needed to reach in on that.
Sharp's third foul of the night. Trey Johnson. Trey needs a couple of trays to get his team back in it. Shot is good.
Let's see if they can get 2 at the foul line here. They come up empty a couple times there at the free throw stripe.
Trey with 1 free throw and 2.
Nice high arcing foul shot.
Molisani took a Gatorade break. He's back in the ball game. Sharp leaving.
Lions coming back with some pressure here.
52 seconds. 7-point lead.
Clyde's really done a good job against this pressure so far tonight.
Molisani, cross court. Gary, Bogan underneath. Bogan lost it. And a foul. Looks like we might get.
I think that was Kehoe.
Kehoe on the personal. That's his second of the night.
Both teams with 16 fouls, so the next one, though, each team will be shooting 1-on-1.
Inbounding. DeSanto throws up the bomb. Doesn't go. Rebound Wells. He went up the invisible ladder. Cleared the skyscraper. Here comes Wells. Leaving. And a foul. Got a blocking foul against Golden Eagles. And that's a young Mr. Tyler Gary.
Plays kind of slowed down here a little bit. A lot of fouls being called. Both teams being pretty aggressive. And we got Devin Veter going the line here for a 1-on-1.
1-1. Very crucial, obviously, even with a quarter and 32 seconds remaining. Not scoring a tremendous amount of points here. So every time you get a chance for a free throw, shot is good. Wells sits down for Lyons. Coming in is Farrell. Veter at the line, made the first. Trying for the second. Shot is good. Quickly back in is Sharp. Leaving. Bastido. Almost wrapped up the third quarter from Clyde, New York. Here comes Molisani across midcourt. Bouncing to Sharp. Sharp leaves it back to Molisani. Sharp whips it way out to Gary. They're going to work it down. 17 ticks remaining. Clyde-Savannah by 5. A bucket here would be big.
Not sure what defense Lions is playing right now. They look like they're switching a lot.
Here's Gary throwing it away. Got Johnson to the right. Blocked by Clyde-Savannah. DeSanto.
Yep, Derek Farrell's going to the basket. took a couple large steps and ended up getting blocked right at the rim.
DeSanto with a beauty of a gem.
1.4 seconds to go here.
Inbounding. Shot at the buzzer. Will count. Doesn't go. End of 3. 41-36. Clyde-Savannah. Don't you go anywhere, baby. Let's hear from our great sponsors.
Tonight's live webcast of Section 5 basketball is brought to you by Midday, Miras, and Ricky, attorneys at law. If you have suffered a serious injury and deserve compensation, call 315-568-5861 for a free phone consultation, no charge, no obligation. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Insurance you need from people you know. Get a free rate quote at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Hometown Meats and Deli, 53 Columbia Street in Clyde, specializing in fresh cut meats and homemade sausage. Fresh made subs, one is like a meal. Seneca Falls Country Club, look for SFCC's $500 membership coupons coming soon. Bruno's Brooklyn Pizzeria, 37 Canal Street in Lyons, free delivery to Lyons, South Sodus, Rose, Newark and Clyde, Bruno'sBrooklynPizzeria.com. D&M Grocery on Swift Street in Waterloo, your hometown convenience store with the lowest prices around.
All right, everybody. Let's play basketball. Quarter number 4. Clyde by 5. Lyons has possession.
You know, one thing those kids talked about last night on our podcast was their defense. They weren't too happy giving up 71 points last game to Lyons. They've held them to 36 through 3 quarters, so I'm sure Coach Jackson's really happy with that.
Beater trying to find Johnson, and it knocked out of bounds off the fingertips of Clyde.
Great hustle ball, Malazani making a saving play there. Johnson was open for a layup.
It'll be Lyons basketball, down by 5. Well, usually in the NBA or college, you have some kid running out with a brush there and clean up that little wet spot on the court.
Sneakers will have to do for tonight.
All right. Inbounding, Trey Johnson throws it up and in. Into Trey. Trey made a deuce.
Nice inbounds play by Lyons there.
You Lyons faithful, the Lyons cheerleading crowd getting ready to rock. Down by 3. We got the big D from the Lyons section, which is a big crowd here tonight from Lyons. 3-point basketball game. Molisani, Gary. Outside shot is no good. Rebounded by Lyons.
Wide open shot there. Got a great look. Just wasn't able to knock it down.
Here they come, Farrell. 3-pointer could tie the game. Johnson underneath, turning DJ Long. Doesn't go. Bogan gets the basketball. It's going to be a possession. It's going to be Clyde basketball.
Bogan altered that shot, and he tried to grab it with one hand. I think if he would have gone after it with 2, he would have secured that rebound.
Harper is wobbling, and he's kind of given a lot of pain. Looks like he's in pain out there.
Yeah, he turned his ankle earlier. It's the first time he's been in since that time. Let's see if he can give him something. They missed his shooting so far.
Harper in, Gary's out. He looks like he's a beat-up bear. Let's hope he can hang in there. Well, Gronkowski for New England played hurt the other day. It wasn't a major factor, though.
Yeah, Harper is a super nice kid being in there. He doesn't look like he's able to go, though, right now.
He looks like he's hurting big time. Almost a steal by Johnson. Molisani gets it back. Harassed by Farrer for Lyons. 3-point basketball. Molisani leaves for Bogan. Bogan to the hoop. Foul.
Nice play. They did a little dribble handoff of Bogan to let him take a couple dribbles and explode to the hoop and drew the foul.
Personal foul against the likes of Kehoe. Jacob Kehoe on the personal foul. Bogan having a night. Having another one, too.
He's really been able to knock down those free throws.
23 for Bogan. 23 leading scorer, obviously, in the game. Leading their scoring for Lyons. Farrell with 9. Doesn't go. I put the announcer's curse on him. 42-38. In a hurry. Beater. Down low. Blocked by Clyde-Savannah DeSanto. Taken back Beater. Out to Johnson. Johnson 2-footer block. Kehoe. Lyons moves it inside. Layup.
Nice pass from Farrer again.
Farrah to Kehoe. We got a 2-point basketball game. What a beauty we got from Golden Eagle Land. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast and the telecast. 6:05 remaining from Clyde, New York. Bogan outside top of the lane.
You got
Sharp.
Kehoe on Bogan. I think Bogan can really take advantage of that matchup inside.
Harper to Sharp.
They're not able to get him on the block, though.
Sharp left-hand dribble. Molisati with the basketball. Dribbling high to the top of the lane. Here's Harp. Shot from way outside. Air ball. Rebounded Trey Johnson. They come the other way. Lions on a bucket could tie this baby up. Here's the bomb that could take the lead. Doesn't go. Rebounded Clyde-Savannah.
Great.
Not so sure I like that shot, Bert.
I don't mind that. He's wide open. He's their senior leader. Wide open three. I don't mind him taking that
Johnson with the steal. We got a blocking foul. The bucket counts. And Lions can take the lead.
It's a miracle shot. He drove right into him. It was a bang play. He got the block call. Was able to convert the bucket. We got a tie ball game.
Farrah with a beautiful shot. Throws up a prayer and it gets answered. Unbelievable shot. Foul was against Molisati. Farrah now, we're tied at 42. Oh, could take the lead for the Lions. He does. What a beauty.
Clyde with a couple subs. Fennell's back in. Harper's gone to the bench. Maybe he's not able to go.
Recommend a couple of Advils. This could be a little headache right down to the wire. 5 minutes remaining from Clyde, New York. 43-42 Lions. Pass to DeSanto. Been kind of quiet tonight. Cam, one head fake, shot in the air, banks it home. DeSanto banks it home.
I don't think he called that one, but I'm sure Coach Jackson will take it.
Want to remind everybody, our broadcast. I'm Harold Weber with Matt Verkey, along with Jeremy Hunt and Jimmy Senacropi, our executive producer and director and owner of FingerLakes1.com. Our broadcast is brought to you by Madej Miras and Ricky Attorneys in Law, Finger Lakes Partner Insurance, our buddy Walt at Hometown Meats and Deli here in Clyde, New York, Bruno's Brooklyn Pizza, Seneca Falls Country Club, and our buddies from D&M Convenience Store in Waterloo, New York, Steve and Dan Muller, big sports guys, had a chance to broadcast their exploits many years ago, I might add. Thanks to all those great sponsors for making this game possible here on FingerLakes1.com.
Well, we were hoping that this game was going to be exciting as that JV game that we watched. We got a 1-point game with 5 minutes to go.
By the way, the JV game went to overtime. Golden Eagles beat Lions by 2. 4:50 remaining. We got a 1-point Golden Eagle lead.
Clyde's gone man-to-man, looking to apply some pressure here.
Farrah with the basketball. What do we got?
We got a timeout. Coach Young didn't like what he saw there. Thought maybe the guy was going to get a 5-second call, so he called a quick timeout. Going to draw something up, see what they come out of this timeout and run.
Farrah with 13 so far, leading the Lions. Maurice Wells with 9, and Trey Johnson with 8.
I think you're going to see a lot of Derek Farrah and Trey Johnson from here on out. Really try to utilize, maybe get them in some pick and rolls, utilize Farrah's driving ability, try to get in the lane, find the open guys as he's done all night.
It's what you draw on a chalkboard. A big sellout crowd on a Friday night. Two teams within a few miles of each other. Unbelievable. This is what it's all about. A close game, 44-43. As they say, it don't get any better than this. Here's Maurice Wells, who's dazzled me tonight with some of his moves. To the middle, to the hoop, blocked by Golden Eagles. It'll be Clyde-Savannah basketball.
Nice drive. Beater got right in there. I think Bogans came over and made another block.
We got folks lined up in the quarters.
Bogans now has 6 blocks to go along with all his rebounds and his 23 points.
I might add, nobody's leaving the place either. Here's Gary keeping the dribble alive. Sharp, left side, Fennell. Fennell, one dribble to the basketball. Cross court, Gary looking around to Bogan. Bogan's had a super night. Bogan to the middle, could have got steps, no call. Gary open three-pointer, doesn't go. Rebound at Golden Eagles, yes.
Nice rebound and putback there. Clyde had 2 guys in position to grab that rebound.
Mike Bastido with the bucket. 3:58 remaining. 46-43. Coming down in a hurry. Leaves it for, what do we got? Out of bounds.
Stepped on the end line as he's trying to penetrate and look for somebody underneath.
DeSanto coming in the game, leaving Bastido.
Bastido had a big putback there for Clyde-Savannah.
As the Golden Eagles lead it by 3 with 3:40 remaining, and a beauty from Clyde, New York. Bounce, dangerous pass. Bogan with it.
Clyde needs to get Bogan down on that block. They haven't been able to give him the ball in the low post too much this second half. He's been doing it from the outside.
Tyler Gary to DeSanto. DeSanto, Fennell shot, 7-footer, doesn't go. A rebound, it went in, went out. Took a peek in, said no thank you. Here's Wells, dazzling to the hoop. Wells, no, but a foul.
Drew the foul on Cam DeSanto. Nice take. Drew the contact. Go to the line for 2.
Maurice Wells down by 3. He'll get a couple of free throws. As Wells, who I've been very impressed with some of his moves on the basketball court, eyes the bucket, shot is good, swish.
Lions starting to convert some free throws here.
Leaving Fennell, coming back is Molisani. Joe Fennell leaving the game. Molisani back in. We got a one-pointer. 46-45. Almost a travel by Bogan. 3 minutes remaining. Alley-oop, give and go. Great pass. Great bucket, Molisani.
Fair kind of fell asleep on defense, didn't see the ball, and they slipped it right by him for a layup.
Here comes Trey Johnson, leaves it back out. Trey with a three-pointer. Good.
Big
Work
shot.
hard.
Nice penetration from Beater. Kicked it out. Three-pointer from Johnson.
We got a Jimmy Johnson 48 car. 48 all. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You don't get them any better than this, folks. Arch rival basketball. 48 apiece. DeSanto posting top of the lane. Off to Molisani. 2:30 remaining. Molisani. Sharp to Gary. Tyler. One dribble. Lost the basketball. Taken back by Bogan. Bogan gives it to Sharp. 4 seconds remaining. Shot clock. Shot in the air. No. Not a very well thought. We got a foul in the backcourt against Gary. Not a well thought out offensive play, Bert.
No, I'm sure Clyde wants to get the ball on the Bogans, but they don't seem to be able to get him on the block. They're kind of running a motion offense where I would just try to isolate him on the block, get the ball over to his size, and lob it up to him.
Wow, they needed a little better organization. Now we got the Boo Birds behind me.
They took a bad shot and they committed a bad foul. Now you got the senior leader, Derek Fair, going to the line for 2 shots.
Derek eyes the bucket shot. It is good. Lyons takes the lead. Clyde-Savannah had controlled a little bit the last several minutes. They had the lead up to 9 at one stage. Now they're down by a single. As they say in sports, baby, 1 is just like 100. Bastido coming in, leaving us Gary. Or make that, Tyler Gary. Shot in the air in the bucket. So Lyons is stormed back to take a 2-point lead. 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Now they're trying to isolate Bogans. Lions came over and helped a little bit.
DeSanto from way outside. He banked it home.
The bank's open. Big shot from DeSanto.
51-50. Clyde-Savannah. What a ball game. Farah. 1 point. Clyde-Savannah lead. Farah driving. Trey Johnson. 1 dribble. Excuse me. Beater with the basketball. Head fake. Beater to the middle. Yes!
Great take by Beater. He saw he had the mismatch. They isolated him. He drove by his man and made a nice layup.
And Lyons takes a 1 point lead. I'm getting all choked up here. Lions leading Clyde-Savannah 52-51. I haven't been back in Clyde in probably 15 years doing play-by-play. What a return to have a game as exciting as this one.
Great game, back and forth. Cam DeSanto at one end, banks in the 3. Lions come back to get the mismatch with Beater. Drives by his guy.
Wow.
Sneaks in between a couple defenders, lays it up high on the board. Great soft shot.
Unbelievable. 88 seconds to go, baby. And we got a 52-51 game in favor of the visiting Lions. This has been all that you wanted it to be. A lot better than a 25-point blowout. It makes our job much more exciting. And it makes you, obviously, if you're checking us out here on FingerLakes1.com, checking out the pictures that Jimmy's been streaming throughout the night for various shots of this complex. And also, we want to thank you for joining us, and keep watching and spread out the word to your friends and neighbors and relatives, because we need support, obviously, not only from sponsors, but we need viewers so we can tell the sponsors that people are checking us out. We'll be on the road, not really on the road. We'll be in Seneca Falls, where we all live, next Thursday night. Minders Academy will take on Wayne. That'll be next Thursday night.
Yeah, Harold, I look for Clyde to try to isolate Bogans on that block again. They've been trying to get it to him. Lions came over with some weak side help. They weren't able to dump it down to him, but let's see if they're able to get it inside to him this time. He's really been the majority of our offense throughout this game.
Mama, we got drama. Minute 20 remaining. 1 point. Lions lead. DeSanto way out. Molisani gets a pick from Bogan. No! Bogan had himself a layup and he missed it. Oh, what a shocker. What a shame.
Great pass from Molisani. Bogan just had it rim out.
58 seconds. What a heartbreaker for Jermaine Bogan.
Yeah, that was a great play. They kind of ran a little pick and roll. Molisani played it perfect. Bogan slipped to the hole. They got it to him, and he thought it was down. He couldn't believe he missed it, and that was just in and out, kind of a bad bounce.
Heartbreak City. 58 seconds to go. 52-51.
Clyde just got to buckle down now. They got to forget about that. They got to come back out, get a stop, get the ball back. There's plenty of time to go. They're going to get 2, 3, 4 more possessions in this game. They just need to come out and get a stop, most importantly, right now. And they can't foul either because they're in the double bonus. So any foul by Clyde, Lions will be going to the line to shoot 2.
Well, we want to thank Jeremy for doing a great job on stats tonight. Jeremy Hunt. I'm Harold Weber, along with Matt Berkey, Jeremy Hunt, and Jimmy Senecropi for FigureLakes1.com. That's our broadcast crew. We'll be coming to your city real soon, or your town. Yeah. 58 seconds to go. 1 point game. You can't draw it up on the board.
No, I look for Lions to keep the ball in Ferris' hands here. He's been playing great all night, getting in the lane. Maybe they come out and run a little high pick and roll with Trey Johnson. Let those 2 guys go to work.
Beater, Farrick, Kehoe, Trey Johnson, and Maurice Wells. Clyde-Savannah. Here's Trey Johnson. Lions by 1 point. Big possession here.
10 on the shot clock.
Farrah with the ball.
Farrah waiting too long here.
Beater with 7 seconds to go. Farrah getting it off the Kehoe. Throws up a prayer. No. Rebound at Golden Eagles. Not a well-thought-out play by Lions.
I don't think that's the play that Coach Young drew up. They kind of waited too long. Farrah kept the ball out with under 10 seconds to go before they started to attack. You got to go a little bit earlier, try to get a better shot.
Not a well-thought-out play. They may have thought it out. They just didn't execute it.
Right. It was poor execution. I'm sure they drew up something a little different than that. Now Lions still has a 1 point lead. Now Lions has to come back and get a defensive stop. I look for Clyde again. They got to get the ball to Bogans. Maybe Harper. Well, Harper's been out with a bad ankle. Cam DeSanto and Bogans. I look for those 2 guys to be touching the ball a lot. Especially, ideally, they want to get the ball to Bogans on the block, but for some reason they haven't been able to do it that much this half. We
had a young lady from Clyde-Savannah, one of the cheerleaders, do about 5 flips in front of our broadcast booth. Reminded me of Jeremy Hunt when he was younger. No, I don't know about that, but if I tried to do that, I would be in a stretcher going to the nearest hospital. Only 1 jump, forget about 5, so flips. 26.8 seconds remaining. Molly, you can't expect any better basketball than this. It doesn't get any better. How are we going to beat this next Thursday night at Minders?
I think that pick and roll that Clyde ran last time might come back into play here. It seemed to work. Bogans got open.
All right, take your pills, baby. Don't hold on to a drink. If something happens exciting, you may be throwing it against the wall. As you follow the last 26.8, we say the last. Can you say overtime? You never know, babe. 1 point, Lions lead. Clyde-Savannah with the basketball. Molisani with it.
It's like the same play they just ran.
Left hand dribble to Tyler. Tyler Gary with a basketball. Molisani sharp. 13 seconds. Looks down low. DeSanto. DeSanto out to Sharp. Doesn't go. What do we got?
We got to travel.
Travel. Clyde basketball.
Trey Johnson went up high, grabbed the rebound, just came down, wasn't able to keep his feet under him. He traveled. We got 4.9 seconds to go. Clyde's going to have the ball underneath. I thought that shot was in, Harold.
I did too. 4.9. In the excitement, got people running on the court. Thanks, guys. 4.9 remaining.
That shot, it wasn't. I'm sure that's not the play Coach Jackson ran up, but they were finally able to get the ball down into Sano. He drew a double team, kicked it out, wide open three from the top. I looked good from my angle, rimmed out. Johnson got the rebound, but couldn't keep his feet. Clyde ball, 4.9 seconds to go.
All right, we're trying to get the crowd to get back so we can have advantage of the court. Thank you, guys. 4.9 remaining, 1 point game. Lions leading Clyde-Savannah, and I don't know what to say. It doesn't get much better than this for a high school game.
No, this has been great. The atmosphere has been great. Clyde's got the ball underneath out of bounds. I'm sure they got some kind of lob play for Bogans. If not, maybe kick it out to DeSanto, let him go one-on-one, a couple dribbles, pull up. Be interesting to see what they do here. Lions will probably come out and stay in man-to-man.
Well, we have the 4.9 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
Here we go. Inbounding Molisani. You got DeSanto, Bogan, Gary, and Sharp. 1 point Lions lead. Timeout. Or what do we got?
Timeout Lions.
Timeout Lions.
I think Coach Young wanted to see how Clyde players were positioned. He's going to instruct his team as to what he thinks Clyde might try to do. Let's see if Coach Jackson switches the play or if he switches with the same play they've been running.
(52-51). Lions. 52-51 with under 5 seconds remaining. As this crowd is pumped, we've got... We're going to have somebody extremely happy with the turnout of this game and somebody very disappointed. Bert.
Yeah, both teams played hard. It's been a great game. Clyde had that 9-point lead. Lions battled back. It all comes down to this play right here.
Well, here we go. 4.9 seconds remaining. Inbounding Molisani. Sharp left of the lane. Molisani Sharp in the air. Doesn't go. Game over.
That's it.
Game over.
I thought Sharp should have shot the first one. He had it in the corner.
Wow.
Waited for Molisani to come back out. Got a decent look. Contested. Wasn't able to hit it.
Lions wins a thriller. 52-51. Unbelievable. 52-51. What a ball game. The Lions in a nail biter. Knock off the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles in a great basketball game. Let's take a break right now, folks. We're all going to need a break. And let's hear from our great sponsors that made this all possible. What a beauty.
Tonight's live webcast of Section 5 basketball is brought to you by Midday, Miras, and Ricky, attorneys at law. If you have suffered a serious injury and deserve compensation, call 315-568-5861 for a free phone consultation, no charge, no obligation. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Insurance you need from people you know. Get a free rate quote at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Hometown Meats and Deli, 53 Columbia Street in Clyde, specializing in fresh cut meats and homemade sausage. Fresh made subs, one is like a meal. Seneca Falls Country Club, look for SFCC's $500 membership coupons coming soon. Bruno's Brooklyn Pizzeria, 37 Canal Street in Lyons. Free delivery to Lyons, South Sodus, Rose, Newark, and Clyde. Bruno'sBrooklynPizzeria.com. D&M Grocery on Swift Street in Waterloo. Your hometown convenience store with the lowest prices around.
Jackson will come back with one of his players. Can you move that mic down?
We're back. Thank you very much. Our great sponsors, 52-51. What an amazing basketball game. You really can't expect any more drama than this one. How about the JV game? Clyde-Savannah wins it in overtime, 56-54. And in the varsity game by 1 point, 52-51. Yes, it was Lions, where I was born, beating Clyde-Savannah. But what an outstanding game. Excellent ball game. We're going to look at some statistics. Zach Young and maybe a player will be coming over to join us to find out and talk to us a little bit about how he felt the game rolled out. We have defined police participation here tonight, making sure everybody escorts themselves outside the building safely, as we did have a sellout here tonight, and which is great to see. So, Burke, I'm not so sure what else we can say, what other adjectives I haven't come up with. Maybe you can come up with a few, but I'm not sure what else to say about this game.
Yeah, Harold, the game really lived up to the hype. Exactly what we were looking for, hoping to see. I don't think Coach Jackson's going to be too disappointed, even though they lost. His team, Lyons is 15-1 now in the year. Clyde, they lost four out of five, 3 in a row. But they really battled here tonight. I'm sure they're a little disappointed. They kind of coughed up a 9-point lead. Maybe got a little bit out of their game there for a second, and it cost them the game. They had a couple of shots to win it. If that one free throw from Bogans was able to, or the layup that Bogans had on the pick and roll, kind of hurt them. But great game. Both teams played very hard. Good sportsmanship. Everything you want for a high school game. The atmosphere here was unbelievable. Sold out, packed house, and we're happy to be here with the Finger Lakes 1.TV.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, before Zach comes over, let's run down quickly the stats here, scoring-wise. Trey Johnson finished with 11, Derek Farrell with 15, Devin Veter with 4. Maurice Wells, who I liked, was 11 points tonight. Tony Franklin with 3. DJ Long with 6 for Lions, and they're 52 points. The Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles, who gave a game effort here tonight. Molisani, Tommy, 5 points. Cam DeSantel, not a great scoring night for Cam, but he played defense. He tried to work his offense, 7 points. Tyler Gary with 6. Joe Main Bogan with 23. Could have been 30. He had a couple of shots underneath that just rimmed around and came out. What an outstanding effort for Joe Main Bogan. Congratulations from FingerLakes1.com to Joe Main. And also Patrick Harper with 6. Of course, he was injured, had a little sprained ankle. Birkenever was the same.
That might have played into it. In that third quarter, he hit that 3 and then immediately sprained his ankle. And he came back out there. He gave it a try. Really wasn't the same. He just couldn't really defend and couldn't get up and down the court. He had an open 3. He kind of shanked it. And from that point on, Coach Jackson decided to go a different way and let another kid get in there. But Patrick Harper, that sprained ankle really affected this team, I think.
And Mike Bastidel ended up with 2. So, I can't imagine, folks, how you could have asked for a better game. We hope that you enjoyed our broadcast. We are expecting to have the head coach of Lions over here, Zach Young, and he said he might bring a player with him. We are waiting for that to happen as the crowd assembles themselves, leaves the facility. And, again, this was a packed house. There was no parking to be found out in the parking lot. But, Burke, this is, to me, what I loved to do in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when I did almost 1,000 play-by-plays of various sports, mostly basketball and football. These are the kind of games I dreamt for, and tonight I was not disappointed.
No, great game. Two traditional powerhouses in Section 5. We talked about their storied histories throughout the broadcast. This game lived up to everything that we hyped it for. And I think we're going to see the same kind of atmosphere Thursday at Miners. We got, a 14, 15-1 Miners team. They got that long home game winning streak going on, that long league game winning streak going on. Wayne battled them, lost by 1 point in the last game, so we look forward to another packed house Thursday night as Miners and Wayne look to wrap up their seasons next Thursday, February 16th.
That's right, and we wanted to thank again Nick Nicola Jr. for helping us out with these wonderful facilities here tonight. We need good facilities when we come. We have a lot of equipment, as Jim has invested heavily to bring the right equipment into these broadcasts, and so we need a lot of equipment, and he's given us the facilities to accommodate us, to line up. And here comes Zach right now to talk to us. I believe he's coming across, and he is. So we'll get him to put on the headset or sit right there. Coach Young's going to be joining us, getting his opinion on the outcome of the game. Okay. Coach, you want to put that headset on?
Sure.
Welcome, and you can talk right in this baby right here, and get a little closer, if you would, to the mic. Okay, folks, here on FingerLakes1.com, we have head coach of the victorious Lions, Zach Young. Zach, congratulations on an outstanding effort, and I know that you guys wouldn't be disappointed, Zach, if you didn't have dreams about a Joe Main Bogan. He was tough tonight for the Golden Eagles, wasn't he?
Joe Main played phenomenal. My voice, I'm a little sick anyway.
That's okay.
But Joe Main played very, very well. I don't know what he ended up with. Had to be like 25.
23 we had him
23.
down. Yeah.
And, to be honest with you, he had a basket. I think he probably makes 9 out of 10 to put him up 1, and we got to bounce. And, that's the way it rolls sometimes. But I told the kids, no matter if we win by 20 or we win by 1 in this gym, it's difficult to win, and we'll take it. We'll take it.
I got to tell you, Zach, since I met you tonight for the first time, I don't know if you know or not, but I have a long-time relationship with your dad. Back in the LaBelle's days.
Okay.
Yeah, you weren't.
I've
even
never
born.
been there before.
Well, you weren't even born then, but that was a legendary bar in Waterloo, and your dad and me and a bunch of guys used to hang out there. So there's a connection between me and your father.
Cool.
I saw your mom and dad when they came in. The team started off well, 7-1 lead. Golden Eagles looked like they had butterflies here at home before a crowd. You had a big turnout, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
You had to be happy the way the start was.
Yeah, I mean, we're up 7-1, kind of. A lot of transition layups, easy buckets, and our defense was good early. And then I think we didn't play our typical man-to-man, in my opinion. We'll get to work on that Sunday. But, great start.
I love the moves of Maurice Wells. I mean, I don't want to single out people, but I love his moves on the court. He's got some style with those moves.
He's got a quick first step. He had a great spin move there when in the first half. He carried us the first half. He had some big buckets and gave us a boost.
Of course, the guy who knows a little bit about basketball is the guy to your left, Matt Verke, who's won about every award possible. But Verke, we talked about Clyde-Savannah's loss of Harper with the sprained ankle, which obviously, Zach, affected his play. He couldn't play much.
Yep.
So you hate to say that's a good thing, but in a way, it didn't hurt you.
Yeah, I think that affected the game a little bit, but I think a bigger difference was Lyons was able to limit Bogan's touches there in the fourth quarter. They really, I don't know if you guys did anything special to him, but he really didn't get the ball on the block in the fourth quarter.
We switched matchups a little bit, and we put Jacob Keogh on him. And, Jacob is kind of our muscle man down low. And he's, when we play a team that is a little quicker, he sometimes has a problem, but that's what his role is, And Joe Maine was just kind of killing us at the basket. And Jake was fresh. He had 4 fouls to give. I think he used 2 or 3 of them with a hard foul, and he had some. I think he bothered Joe Maine a little bit. I don't think he stopped him, but I think he bothered him a little bit, and definitely boxed. I think he boxed out. He didn't get any offensive rebounds, and I think that helped.
He definitely slowed him down. I think Jermaine had 19 or maybe even 21 going into the fourth quarter. I think he held him to 1 or 2 buckets there in the fourth quarter. You guys got down by 9. We were able to come back. What do you think keyed that turnaround after getting down by 9? We were getting a little nervous over here. He thought maybe Clyde was going to give you that big loss and hurt your number 1 seed and all that kind of stuff, and you guys were able to battle back and stay in a great position for that number 1 seed.
Well, I told the kids we were getting opportunities in transition, but we kept just going up like kind of out of control and getting blocked. And I told them at the end of the third quarter, I said, hey, you've been doing it all night and it hasn't worked. You need to, and we worked on it in practice the other day. They're so big to try to stop a little bit around the 4 or 5 foot area and shoot a pull up or make a pump fake instead of just running up. And most of the time we can do that, but we just had a hard time tonight with their length. And I don't know how many blocks they had, but it seemed like they had about 15.
Bogan had 7.
Yeah, so. Kid's a sophomore. I get to play him 4 more times. I'm not looking forward to that.
And I was really impressed with Derek Farrar. He's able to take contact, finish. He's got a nice strong dribble, strong drive to the holes. He got inside their zone a couple times, penetrated by his man, really set up some of your players inside for some easy buckets.
Yeah, Derek had a big and one there, to give us the lead, and then he made two big free throws. We didn't shoot free throws very well till the fourth quarter. I don't know if we missed one, so that definitely helped. But Derek he's steady. I think he's I think if you asked him, he probably wouldn't be happy with his performance 100%. But he stepped up in the fourth quarter, and he's just kind of our steady leader. He's not the most vocal kid in the world, but his demeanor is excellent, and he's a senior, so it should be. He's been playing varsity for 4 years. So
I agree. He really looked composed out there, never lost composure. He's a 4-year starter. He looked great. And I know you're losing your voice here a little bit, so we'll let you get out of here, but we appreciate you coming over and the support you've given us all year.
I got to ask the coach one thing. It's been the first broadcast from this area in Wayne County that I've done in many years. I used to do a lot of games, but Zach, I need to ask a question. The double officials, same officials, is that a rule now in Wayne County, or does somebody forget to show up?
Matt probably would like the answer to this, actually.
Okay.
Last year we played Clyde here.
Okay.
And the same thing happened.
Okay.
And we had get Tim good game. We had double JV officials.
Really?
And Matt's dad he's our league chair.
Sure.
So I called him and I said, listen, I understand you have to have double officials, but for the Lyons Clyde game, it's a tough. That's a tough game to ref as a JV official.
Right.
Our game at Lyons was.
Yeah.
I felt bad for the guys by the end.
Right.
But I know Clinton Beard. He refs a zillion games. So when he was the guy doing the double, it was fine. I thought both guys did all right.
So that's what they do now. They do the double.
It's only tonight because there's so many games in Section 5 that they actually didn't have enough JV officials. So they must have volunteered. Clinton is a mentor for the other ref. Okay. So they probably said, oh yeah, he's a mentor. He does JV games. He does varsity, and we kind of went as far as that goes.
Well, Zach, you're losing your voice. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, good seeing you. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks Zach Young at the Lyons nip the Golden Eagles of Clyde-Savannah. Final score 52-51. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here on FingerLakes1.com, we hope you've enjoyed our telecast, our webcast as we call them. Don't forget, next Thursday night, we'll continue on the road with our broadcast team. I'm Harold Weber along with Matt Verke and Jeremy Hunt and Jimmy Senecropi. We'll be back to Seneca Falls as we head up to Miners Academy as the Blue Devils, number 1, will take on number 2 seeded good old Wayne Eagles. So join us for another telecast, webcast next Thursday night. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, everybody. Final score, Lyons 52, Clyde-Savannah 51. For FingerLakes1.com Sports, good night, everybody.